Okay, John, I'm going to answer your questions for 3D and 5C. You asked, I think, for 1D, but Sophia asked for it before you. So there's a video for 1D already posted, I think. The question here is, when will G be less than 0? So what you want to do is it's at 2. So the way you want to do is you want to integrate this way first, and then you're going to go backwards second on this. Let's see, 2. So for what values of x will g be less than 0? So if you start integrating here. Start here at 2 all the way out to x. Let's let x go in the positive direction first. Start integrating positive, 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 up to 4, because the area of that triangle is 4, right? And then here, now let's start to subtract. But we're subtracting from 4. Subtract, 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 subtract. So right there is going to be 0, right? If I integrated from 2 to 10, it would be 0. So if I keep going, it'll be positive. So that's how we're going to get the 10 to 12, okay? Now, what if we integrate this way? What if we do the integral this way? Here's the problem. When you integrate backwards, like let's say 2 to like negative 4 or 6, whatever that is, when you start integrating this way, remember when you go backwards, these delta x's are negative, so this is actually going to be negative, 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 negative. So that's negative 4. And then now we're going to start adding, because now you get a double negative, because now it's going backwards and down. But it won't matter, because it's only going to be 2. So everything that direction. So everything in the other direction will also be. So that's negative 4 to 2. Actually, let's not put the endpoints there. 2. So again, you just have to kind of wash the integral as it goes. If I start at 2, integrating this way, it's getting more and more and more and more up to 4, and then after 4, it starts getting less and less and less. It starts subtracting out. It's going less, 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 less. Then it's finally, these will be they'll cancel out here. So just that integral there from 2 to 10, well, 2 all the way to 12, but just from 10 to 12 will the integral actually be negative. Here it's always going to be negative, because this area will never be more than that area. Remember, when you integrate backwards, that actually counts as a negative, and that's a positive. Hopefully that answers that question on that one. Let's look at the next question, D. This has been kind of a Achilles heel for this class since we started these tests, so it's not unique to you. It's a related rate question. Notice that it tells you the funnel contains a liquid that is draining from the bottom at the instant when the height of the liquid is 3. So we know that the height equals 3 inches. I'm going to focus on inches, although it's not particularly important on that one. The radius of the liquid is decreasing at a rate. Remember, when you see the word rate with radius, that means that's R prime. R prime, and now this is the important part, is in inches per second. That means these are all t questions. The derivative is t. This is a parametric equation with t. So it's a related rate question. So when I go to find the derivative here, I'm going to distribute that. Oh crap! Not 12, 20. I'm going to distribute the 1/20th in. I'm just going to take the derivative, but implicitly, right? Because this is, remember, the r dt. So time is the variable here. So r becomes r prime. The derivative of a constant is 0. 3/8 squared h prime. And the question is, at what instant is the rate of change of height? Oh, that must be I'm looking for. I apologize. I should have mentioned that earlier. We're looking for the rate of change of height. So we know this is 1/5 equals 3/20 times 9, because I'm going to put the 3 in there. So you get what? 1/5 equals 27 over 20. Of cross multiply, I guess, 20 over 5 times 27. You could leave your answer like that, I suspect. Cross that out, and you get 4. Oh man, you got, okay, hold on. That's not a 3, that's a 2. Okay, so this is all bad. So, hold on. R is 3, I wrote the question down wrong. So, ignore that stuff, it's all wrong. 20th h squared. Okay, let's try that again. R prime equals 0 plus, take the derivative, you get 2, 20th h prime. There we go. This is 1/5, 1/10 times 3h prime, cross multiply, h prime is 10 over 30, no, over 15. Over 15. So multiply 10 over there, 3 down there, or 2/3 inches per second. Doesn't look like you actually need the units on that. Oh, and I made one mistake, hold on. It's decreasing. Decreasing, make sure, I forgot the negative on this, John. So make sure you realize the answer's got a negative 2/3. Again, I put a link up to Sophia on the first question you asked for. Hopefully that answers your other questions.